Today I'm going to give you a quick overview for one of the main processes in the Virtual Office system. We will go from a quote all the way to production. After getting logged into your system, open up the quotes under Customers and then View Quotes. Locate your quote on the grid, click its row to select it, and then click the View Quote Action button. We are working with a really simple quote for this example. It's a capsule quote that only contains a single capsule component and a single ingredient component. To create an order from a quote, you will need to click the Create Order button at the top of the window. Keep in mind that this option will not be available unless the quote is in the final stage. The first thing we need to do is create our master manufacturing record. Towards the bottom of the order window, there are tabbed sections. Click the MMR tab. At this point, you can either import an MMR or add a new MMR. For our demonstration, we will create a new MMR. Set the number of units desired and click the Save Changes button. Now it's time for some batch production record creations. Click the BPR tab and then the Add New button. I'm going to create 2 BPRs. Be aware that this order has a total of 100 units, but I am only running 20 units right now. Notice that each of the BPRs will be for the same number of units listed in the MMR and are not split. Click to select a BPR from the grid and then click the View BPR button. Let's start this process by filling in the Details block on the right side by clicking the Edit Details button. Set the ETA date, batch number, and any special instructions that you may require. Click the Save Changes button to complete the process. Now let's set the lot numbers by clicking the Edit Lot Numbers right above the Details block. Here you can have the system generate you a new lot number or select and enter your custom lot number. Click the Add Lot Number button to add the selection to your list. In the event that you have multiple lot numbers within your BPR, only one lot number can be printed on the documentation. This will be indicated by Yes in the printed column. Click the Save Changes button to complete this process. We are ready to push this BPR into production by clicking the Approve Production Record button at the top of the window. Now let's get our documentation going. Click the Print Documentation button. This will prepare and download the dispensing, mixing, and packing documentation. Let's finish this process by then clicking the Print Cover button. Once all of the documentation has been printed, the BPR will change from New status to the Production status, signifying that it is now ready to be run for production. Once the production has been run, you can either add batches via the scanner or by going into the production sheet. Let's get into the production sheet and assign batches to our components. Click the Production Sheet button at the top of the window. Scroll down a bit to our first component, the capsules, and click the Edit Batches button. Use the drop-down to select an available batch in your system. Selecting a batch will display the current amounts in the batch and what is needed for your production. We are going to tidy up some warehouse room and use the last of this batch. Select another batch and add the remaining amount. You can see and edit your batch choices in the lower section of this window. Close the window when you are done. We will do the same for the ingredient component. As a final step in this process, we will need to fill out the quality control block inputs. You can now push this into production by clicking the Finalize Production button located at the top of the window.